Suits was one of the most successful legal dramas of the past decade, and with its resurgence in popularity on streaming, it was only a matter of time before the franchise expanded. Its success brought about Suits LA, the highly anticipated spin-off set to bring a new twist to the world of high-stakes law. But what do the original cast members think about this new chapter? From excitement to nostalgia, let's break down their reactions to Suits LA and whether any of them will make an appearance. First, let's talk about why Suits became such a cultural phenomenon. Running from 2011 to 2019, the series followed the fast-paced world of Pearson Specter Lit, led by Harvey Specter and his brilliant yet unlicensed associate Mike Ross. The show became known for its sharp dialogue, intense drama, and unforgettable characters. Even years after it ended, its popularity skyrocketed again when it hit streaming platforms, proving its staying power. Given the massive demand, it's no surprise that creator Aaron Korsh decided to expand the Suits universe with Suits LA. The big question is, will any of the original cast members return? So far, Suits LA is set to introduce an entirely new set of characters based on the West Coast, with no confirmed appearances from original cast members. However, the door isn't completely closed. Korsh has hinted that cameos could happen in the future, leaving fans hopeful for familiar faces. Now, let's get into how the original cast members feel about the spin-off. Starting with Gabriel Macht, who played Harvey Specter, he was the face of Suits from the very beginning to the very end. His portrayal of the confident, sharp-witted, and deeply loyal lawyer made him a fan favorite. Over the years, Harvey transformed from a ruthless, closer to a leader who valued loyalty and relationships as much as winning cases. Gabriel has kept a relatively low profile since the show ended, focusing on his personal life rather than acting. He has spent more time with his family and traveled, occasionally sharing glimpses of his life on social media. While he hasn't directly commented on Suits LA, he has expressed immense gratitude for the show's impact on his life. If he were to address the spin-off, it's likely he'd support it while remaining non-committal about returning. Given how much fans associate him with Suits, a cameo from Harvey Specter would be a major moment. If Suits LA needs a veteran lawyer to make a splash, he could be the perfect choice. Patrick J. Adams, who played Mike Ross, was one of the core characters of Suits, serving as Harvey's brilliant but fraudulent associate. Mike's photographic memory and street-smart personality made him an invaluable asset to the firm despite not having a law degree. Over the years, he faced numerous challenges, including being exposed as a fraud, serving prison time, and ultimately choosing to leave New York for a fresh start with Rachel. Patrick has been more vocal about the show's resurgence. He's acknowledged how wild it is that Suits found a whole new audience years after its finale. Since leaving the show, he has continued acting and has also taken on more directing roles. While he hasn't made a statement about Suits LA yet, he seems genuinely excited about the ongoing love for the franchise. Since Mike made a return in the original show's final season, there's always a possibility he could pop up in the spin-off at some point. If the show ever needed a high-profile legal consultant from New York, Mike Ross would be an easy and exciting character to bring back. Meghan Markle, who played Rachel Zane, was a key part of Suits for 7 seasons before departing the show. Rachel started as a paralegal who dreamed of becoming a lawyer, and over time, she proved herself as one of the most talented and hardworking characters in the firm. Her romance with Mike Ross was one of the show's most beloved storylines, culminating in their wedding, before both characters left for a new life together. Since leaving Suits, Meghan has moved on from acting entirely, and it's highly unlikely she'll return to the franchise. Her association with the royal family, being married to Prince Harry, made her transition away from Hollywood nearly permanent. However, now that she and her family have moved back to LA, there's speculation about whether she could re-engage with the industry. While she hasn't commented on Suits LA, it's safe to assume she's aware of the show's renewed success. Given her previous statements about loving the experience but being ready to move on, Suits LA probably won't bring Rachel Zane back. However, with Meghan and Prince Harry exploring media ventures, it wouldn't be shocking if she acknowledged the spin-off in an interview or on one of their media platforms. Sarah Rafferty, who played Donna Paulsen, was on the show for its entire run and was known for her sharp wit, impeccable style, and deep emotional intelligence. Initially Harvey's secretary, Donna eventually became the COO of the firm, proving that her instincts and intelligence made her indispensable. Her relationship with Harvey was one of the longest-running story arcs, culminating in their long-awaited romance and marriage. While she hasn't officially commented on Suits LA, she's spoken about how much she cherishes her time on the original series. If she were to say anything about the spin-off, she'd likely be supportive and excited to see where the franchise goes next. Given Donna's popularity, if Suits LA wanted a guest star to boost its credibility, bringing back Donna Paulsen would be a perfect move. Rick Hoffman, who played Louis Litt, was one of Suits' most dynamic characters, evolving from a hot-tempered and insecure lawyer into one of the most respected leaders of the firm. His deep loyalty, quirks, and love for his cat Esther made him a fan favorite. He spent the entire run of the series growing into the managing partner of the firm, showing immense character development. Rick has also been quiet on the topic of Suits LA, but he remains one of the most engaged cast members when it comes to interacting with fans. Given his deep connection to the character of Louis, he'd likely be open to discussing the spin-off and maybe even making an appearance if the right opportunity came along. Gina Torres, who played Jessica Pearson, was a powerhouse on Suits from the very beginning. As the firm's managing partner, she was a force to be reckoned with, known for her intelligence, strategic thinking, and commanding presence. She left the main series in later seasons, but starred in her own spin-off, Pearson, which followed her character's life after leaving the firm. While Pearson didn't last long, it showed the potential for expanding the Suits universe. She hasn't spoken about Suits LA, but if anyone understands what it's like to branch out from the main series, it's her. So what does all of this mean for Suits LA? While the original cast is mostly quiet on the spin-off, their previous statements and engagement with the Suits fandom suggest they're at least aware of its existence. The spin-off has a tough job ahead of it, living up to the legacy of the original show while carving out its own identity. Whether or not any familiar faces return, Suits LA is already generating buzz, and fans will be watching closely to see if it can capture the same magic as the original. What do you think? Will any of the original cast members make an appearance? Or is this truly a fresh start for the franchise? Either way, Suits LA is officially on its way, and the Suits universe is far from over.